welcome to another Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union broadcast of Lumberjack football on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's. Join Tim Parrish as he brings you the play-by-play of tonight's Lumberjack football game. We want to take a moment to thank all of our Lumberjack sports sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now we'll send it out to the field where Tim Parrish is waiting with the pregame show. And as always, go Lumberjack! And welcome, Lumberjack fans. Tim Parrish here in Grangeville, Idaho, as your St. Mary's Lumberjacks get set to do battle with 2A Central Idaho League opponent, the Grangeville Bulldogs, in a very important league matchup here this evening. The JV game went pretty well for the Lumberjacks as the JV boys get back-to-back victories. They beat Ferry last week. They have now got 2 wins under the belt as they beat the Grangeville Bulldog JV team tonight 54-6, and now see if the Lumberjack varsity can do something similar as well. 62 degrees, partly cloudy evening tonight. Going to be about the same at kickoff, and pretty nice evening for some football action. With that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff, starting with our interview with head coach Craig Teft.
It's time to elevate your finances. Introducing Ascend Checking, the simple, free checking account from T1FCU. It gives you the flexibility to earn dividends, plus get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposits, and no minimum balance requirements. Level up your finances with Ascend Checking. Learn more at t1fcu.org/ascend. T1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938, insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? You need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
With stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Mary's community for their fundraising effort and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjack!
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active? Definitely. Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Idaho, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
And we are here with head coach Craig Teff for St. Mary's Lumberjack football as St. Mary's gets set to take on the Bulldogs of Grangeville. First question, though, is going back to the Ferry game. I don't really have anything in depth as far as my questions, so I just want to know your thoughts or comments on the Ferry game.
I was really proud of the kids and the effort that they played with and how physical they played. We just ran into a really good football team. You know, they were undefeated for a reason, 23 seniors, big, fast, strong. You know, we competed hard, pulled some positives out of it. We were able to score more against them than anybody else has this year, and so it was a good game for us in terms of moving into this last stretch of 3 league games.
And this next question is, I don't know, hopefully it makes sense. Coming into tonight's game where you guys are 0-5 overall, 0-1 in league, played some tough games like we talked about off air. This year, just about every single team's probably a state tournament team, playoff team that we played. The next 3 games, though, are probably going to be the most important games of the whole season at this point. They are all league games. What have you told the team about the first 5 games, and what have you told them about the next 3 games, just as far as like mindset?
Oh, every football season's just a big roller coaster ride. And, you know, the message is that those non-league games they're just there to prepare you for your league games. You know, we have 1 league game in the books that we felt like we let get away from us, but you know, we feel real good about these next 3 games. This one obviously being most important because it's the one in front of us. But you know, we feel like we've learned enough about ourselves, who we are, and what we can be, and so we hope that's enough to win out here. We'll see what happens, though.
All right, in Idaho Sports, they put out kind of a playoff picture thing. It's a little bit early, of course, it'll change and shape up differently possibly from what it's already at. But they said that it's very likely that the winner of this game here between you and Grangeville could be that second spot in the playoffs, and then the rest of the teams that are in the league would be on that outside looking in for an at-large bid. What are your thoughts on that scenario?
Yeah, that's how we understand it. And so I think what is meant by that is meaning if we win, we have to win out for that to happen. I think that's why they use the word likely. And then if Grangeville wins, obviously they're going to be in. But you know, it's awesome to be playing this late in the year and still have something to play for, and helps with the energy of the kids, the motivation of the kids, keeps them coming back. And so, yeah, I mean, we're putting everything we got into this Grangeville game. It's always a battle every year. It's always close. It always seems to come down to the fourth quarter, and we don't expect anything different this weekend.
All right, we're talking with head coach Craig Teff for St. Mary's Lumberjack football as they prepare for the Grangeville Bulldogs. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care, so you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. It's one of the many ways Block has your back.
Any adventure, any task, any time, there's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Mary's Don Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's Don Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to safety. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
And we are back. We're talking with head coach Craig Teft as the Lumberjacks are getting ready to take on the Grangeville Bulldogs. You mentioned it before the break. Grangeville's typically a tough team no matter what their record is. They have a 3-3 record, I believe, overall this year. And I think they're 2-0 in league play, if I recall right. But it's always a battle when you guys play the Bulldogs. What do you know about the Bulldogs from looking at film?
Well, it's same coaching staff, great coaching staff. They do a great job with their kids and in that program. And as a result, they don't look any different on film other than the players are different. Scheme's the same. What they want to try and do and how they play football philosophically is the same. And yeah, they're just a hard-nosed bunch of kids that play the game of football really hard. And so, yeah, I spoke with their coach earlier in the week, and we were both laughing at St. Mary's Grangeville week. And for the last however many years, this game always seems to win or go to state, lose or turn your gear in type of game. And so that's what we're anticipating again on Friday.
All right, and I do have some actual numbers here for you, and it actually surprised me because I didn't think we'd played Grangeville that many times until we moved down to that 2A level. And you already kind of answered that first part of this next question, is what makes the Bulldogs so tough. But you've played them, according to Idaho Sports, 12 times in the last 13 years, and that record highly favors the Bulldogs. They were 1-11 against the Grangeville Bulldogs, that one win coming in that state championship year. You answered the what makes them so tough part of thing, but what will it take to beat them tonight?
Well, I think it's just going to take making more plays. That seems to be what it comes down to in that fourth quarter. If you go back historically and look, those guys make a game-changing big play in that fourth quarter, and it ends up being enough to push them over the top. Looking at last year, we go in, it's a tie ball game, and they score the opening kickoff of the second half. So special teams let us down. They end up beating us by one touchdown. So it just always comes down to who's going to step up and make the big plays when the big plays are there, when it's all said and done.
The last, like you said, last games all the way back to that 16 season have been fairly close battles. Win or lose, what do you want to see from St. Mary's tonight?
I just want us to go out and continue doing the things that we do as far as our effort and our energy and how we play the game of football. It would be nice to walk away from a game not feeling like we beat ourselves. If we're going to lose this football game, which we don't plan to do, by the way, but if we do, we don't want to have to sit there and wash, rinse, and repeat, so to say, where we're just sitting there looking at, scratching our heads saying, man, we beat ourselves again. And so that's kind of what the hope is.
All right. Well, Coach, we want to wish you luck tonight. Good luck, and thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, you bet. Go Jacks.
That's been head coach Craig Teft, and our pregame interview as the Lumberjacks get ready to take on the Bulldogs of Grangeville. We'll take another break, and we'll be back with more of our pregame.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night, or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet, to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
At Good Neighbor Pharmacy, we're committed to being your good neighbor.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy is an independent network of over 3,000 pharmacies throughout the United States. giving us the buying power to compete with the chain stores.
We'll fill your prescription quickly and safely, and you're supporting a locally owned pharmacy.
Your copays are the same wherever you go. Why not come and visit your locally owned pharmacy professionals?
Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy here in St. Mary's. Come in and say hi. Jack's Pharmacy.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Idaho for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
And we're back with the Paulette's #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff here from Grangeville, Idaho. I'm Tim Parrish as your lumberjack set to do battle with the Bulldogs of Grangeville in 2A Central Idaho League action. Very important game here tonight for the Lumberjacks. I think if the Bulldogs win tonight, they will basically clinch up their playoff bid, as they will be 3-0 in league play, waiting their game against the Kellogg Wildcats. And if the Lumberjacks lose on tonight, they'll be on the outside looking in. If the Lumberjacks can win this game and win their next two games, then they will get that second spot in the state playoffs. So big game here, especially for the Lumberjacks tonight. So if St. Mary's, Coach Teff and I were talking about this before we did our interview, what would be really interesting is if St. Mary's wins this game tonight and then Grangeville was to beat Kellogg, we'd have a three-way tie in league. So it would be interesting to see if something like that actually happened. Taking a look at those league standings in the 2A Central Idaho League for District 1 and 2. The Kellogg Wildcats sit on top of league play. They are 2-0 in league, 4-1 in their overall record. They lost to Frenchtown High School out of Montana last week by a score of 29-20. And they are hosting a tough Ferry Badgers team this evening. The Grangeville Bulldogs, 2-0 in league play, 3-3 overall. They beat Orofino 40-0 last week, and of course hosting the Lumberjacks here tonight. Priest River, the Spartans, 0-1 on their league play. They are 1-4 overall. They lost 26-6 to Reardon High School out of Washington. They'll be hosting Orofino tonight. And then you've got the Lumberjacks, 0-1 in league, 0-5 overall. They lost 46-14 to Ferry last week, and of course here in Grangeville tonight. And Orofino, 0-2 league play, 0-5 overall. They lost 40-0 to Grangeville last week there at Priest River. A quick note I wanted to make, it is senior night for the Bulldogs. Lumberjacks have been out warming up for quite a while. Bulldogs just barely coming out onto the field, and there are about 40 minutes left before the game will begin. So they've got some they've got some senior night festivities to do, as well as getting warmed up for tonight's game. Taking a look at the polls and power rankings, the Idaho Sports Power Rankings. First off, like last week, North Fremont is the #1 team across the board through all of the polls and rankings. So let's go back to the Idaho Sports Power Rankings. You got North Fremont #1, Aberdeen #2, Kellogg #3, Westside #4, Wendell #5. In the coaches poll, it's North Fremont at #1, Bear Lake at #2, Westside at #3, Melba #4. The coaches have Kellogg ranked at #5. In the media poll, still North Fremont up top, Westside #2, Bear Lake #3, Kellogg #4. and Aberdeen sitting at number 5. Now, the Max Preps rankings are the most important one of all of these, as they are what is used to seed the playoffs. And right now, you've got North Fremont, that number 1 seed if the season ended today, Westside, the number 2 seed, Bear Lake, the number 3, Melba, the number 4, and Firth, the number 5. So that's kind of how that looks at the moment. And that's going to be interesting to see how things shake out going through the last part of this season. That's a look at the schedules, or not the schedules, the standings and the power rankings. We'll take a break, come back with more of the Potlatch number 1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to Tip-Off live from Grangeville.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benoit, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With 6 professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjack!
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
It's time to winterize your home, and there's no better place to start than in everyone's hardware and lumber store, 10th Street Lumber. They have insulation, house wraps, stoves, and heaters. See their huge selection of power tools, paints, and painting supplies. And, of course, they have a full line of lumber supplies. Stop by 10th Street Lumber and see what they can do for you. And remember, 10th Street Lumber will deliver anywhere on 10th Street and Railroad Avenue, 10th Street Lumber.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. Tim Parrish back here in Grangeville, Idaho on your Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to kick off. Lumberjacks getting ready to take on the Bulldogs of Grangeville. Taking a look at some statistics for the Lumberjacks. They are averaging just 12 points per game on the season. They are putting up about 219 yards per game, passing yards just 30, rushing yards about 189 on the ground each game. So not bad for the Lumberjacks as far as the run game is concerned. They're only averaging about 7 yards per completion in their passing game, 4 yards per carry in the run game. Lumberjacks have put up 15 big plays throughout the season so far. Those are plays of 20 yards or more. We would like to see that number higher, obviously. St. Mary's has lost 7 fumbles on the season so far. They've not had an interception yet. Third down conversions, Lumberjacks at 31%, 18 of 58. Fourth down conversions, 11 of 25 for 44% on the season. Offensive leaders, Trey Gibson Jr., he leads the Lumberjacks in rushing. He has 90 carries for 447 yards. He's on track to have at least a 700-yard season. He has 2 touchdowns on the year, 5 yards per rush, his 82 yards per game, and 14 is his longest rush of the season. Dylan Holder, senior, he is the quarterback. He has 22 carries for 236 yards, 3 touchdowns, 5 yards per rush for him, 47 yards per game, and his longest is 42 yards. Damian Vanderrob, a senior, 37 carries for him, 149 yards, 1 touchdown, 5 yards per rush, 33 yards per game, and 57 is his long. And then another running back, Ethan Kohler, a senior, 35 carries for him on the season, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 yards per rush, and 31 yards per game. Not much in the passing game for Lumberjacks. They're not really a passing team, so to speak. Jared Badgett, he has 5 receptions, though, for the Lumberjacks. No touchdowns, 7 yards per reception, 18 yards per game. That's a look at your Lumberjacks offensively. We'll take another break and come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to kickoff.
Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturday. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Heidi Kruger, your St. Mary's Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Heidi Kruger is a proud sponsor of the Lumberjacks on KOFE. For all your investment needs, call 208-755-5294 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
St. Joe Potty Huts in St. Mary's is a proud Lumberjack supporter. St. Joe Potty Huts is a portable restroom rental RV pump service in Benoit County, also serving Shoshone and Kootenai counties. So for your next large gathering, wedding, family reunion, birthday party, or maybe you're having a remodel done and you need some extra facilities, call St. Joe Potty Huts at 245-4887. 245-4887. St. Joe Potty Hut says, go Lumberjacks! When your car's not running right, you want an honest mechanic that provides quality work at an affordable price. That can be tough, unless your dad owns a repair shop. But in St. Mary's, times have changed. You have Jim's Auto, and they treat every customer like family. Get everything from regular maintenance to major repairs done at Jim's Auto and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto doesn't just offer oil changes. They're a full-service shop. Jim's Auto can diagnose that check engine light, change your brakes, and fix your alignment. Ask about Jim's Auto's new Express Lane with same-day or next-day oil and tire services. And don't forget, Jim's Auto is an authorized Tire Pros dealer with nationwide warranty, service protection plan, and free roadside assistance. Jim's Auto and Tire Pros, located at 69 Milwaukee Road, St. Mary's. Now we are back with your Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to kickoff here on KOFE 1240 in St. Mary's. Don't forget that not only are we on the air on your radio dial, but also on our YouTube channel with audio. You can find that
by following the link off of our Facebook page. Share that around with families and friends that are out and about that can't be here, and they can keep track of the game as well right there on our YouTube channel. Once again, that link is on our Facebook page. Beautiful sunset here tonight in Grangeville. It feels like it's going to be kind of a cold one. 62 degrees is what it's supposed to be a kickoff. There is a breeze coming out of the south kind of, though, and that's really knocked that chill factor down just a bit. And it usually is pretty cool here in Grangeville, but it was warm when we got here, and then that sun started to dip down, and the temperature really started to drop. Taking a look at the Lumberjacks defensively now. Bad number here for them. They're allowing 36 points per game. That's mainly bad because they're not scoring more than that on offense. They're averaging just 278 yards per game, which that number is kind of high. But the Lumberjacks are averaging themselves on offense over 200 yards a game as well. So they're doing good as far as numbers that way are concerned. It's just that scoring side of things that's really hurt them, and turnovers has been part of that equation. They have allowed 130 yards passing per game and 148 yards rushing per game. Third down conversions, teams are just 11 of 42 against St. Mary's on third downs. That's just 26%, so they're not converting their third downs very often. Fourth down conversions, they're 7 of 14 are the opponents for 50%. A little bit higher number probably than you would like to see. Forced fumbles, Lumberjacks have had one forced fumble, one fumble recovery, no interceptions. Lumberjacks are -6 in the turnover battle and the turnover differential. They have allowed 26 big plays. Once again, those are plays that are 26 yards or 20 yards or longer. Lumberjacks have done a good job of getting after quarterbacks. So there's 9 quarterback sacks by the Lumberjacks on the season. Jared Badgett, he is one of the defensive leaders for the Lumberjacks. He's a senior. He has 24.5 tackles on the year. Trace Wicks, he's a senior, 16.5 tackles on the season for him. He also has 2 sacks. Damian Vanderrob, a senior. He has 16 tackles and a half a sack on the year. And in the extra point kicking game, Grayson Sands, he is 4 of 5 on extra points. And he is not here tonight, though, so we will not be seeing him. He had some other obligations that he had to be at. So we will not have the services of Grayson Sands kicking those extra points for the Lumberjacks here this evening. That is a look at the Lumberjack defense. We'll take another quick break and come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff.
It's time to elevate your finances. Introducing Ascend Checking, the simple, free checking account from T1FCU. It gives you the flexibility to earn dividends, plus get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirement. Level up your finances with Ascend Checking. Learn more at t1fcu.org/ascend. T1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938, insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? You need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home, shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
With stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Mary's community for their fundraising effort and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjacks!
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active? Definitely. Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Idaho, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
Tim Parrish back here with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kick off on 1240 KOFE. We are in Grangeville as your Lumberjacks get set to take on the Bulldogs in 2A Central Idaho League action. And let's see, where are we in our pregame? I guess I should grab that. Little recap of last week's game. Lumberjacks, they started slow against a tough Badgers team, but they just couldn't really get the offense going. The Lumberjacks really were not able to put together too many long drives in the first half. In the second half, they did score on their first possession, but they were already down 26-7 by that score. And they had a hard time stopping the Badgers' offense. Tonight, the Jacks will be facing a team that has pretty much dominated the Jacks over the last 13 years. They've played each other 12 times in the last 13 years, going back to the 2009-2010 season. The Lumberjacks are just 1-11 against the Grangeville Bulldogs. The lone win coming in that 2016, I believe 2017 season when St. Mary's went undefeated and won the state title. The Bulldogs, they don't seem to be quite as strong as they have been in the past, but one thing you can bet on is that they will play St. Mary's really tough, because they always do. These games are always hard-fought battles, and they always bring everything when they're playing against St. Mary's. The Bulldogs, they have outscored St. Mary's 314-118 in those games, and Grangeville has shut out the Lumberjacks twice. St. Mary's shut out Grangeville just once. That score was 8-0. So that's a quick little preview. We'll take another break. Be back with more after this.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter, because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau Insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Any adventure, any task, any time, there's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Mary's On Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's On Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night, or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet, to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in the responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, if you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
And we are back here in Grangeville as the Lumberjacks going to take on the Bulldogs and the Grangeville Bulldogs senior night. They are doing their senior introductions out there right now. And perfect timing. Take a look at the Grangeville Bulldogs here on the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff. The Bulldogs, of course, 2A Central Idaho League with the Lumberjacks. They were part of District 2 with Orofino. This is kind of a combined league with St. Mary's, Priest River, Kellogg being District 1. The Bulldogs 2-0 in league play, 3-3 overall. They started out, well, we'll get to that in a minute. They did beat Orofino 40-0 last week. Last year they were 3-6 on their season. Their head coach is Jeff Adams in his 6th year as the head coach for the Grangeville Bulldogs. The Bulldogs, they started this year with a 3-game losing streak, but they have turned things around, so to say, as they have won their last 3 straight, including beating league opponents Priest River 42-6 and Orofino 40-0. The Bulldogs, they want to continue that with a win here tonight against the Lumberjacks, where they could pretty much sew up the number 2 seed in the playoffs. Whereas the Lumberjacks, they want to earn their first win of the season here tonight, and an important win for the Lumberjacks it would be as well, as that might start the ball rolling for them to earn that number 2 seed at the state tournament. The Bulldogs, they did lose quite a few players last year to graduation. They have 8 seniors this year that are being recognized, and they have a whole lot of younger guys that are trying to step up and fill those holes from last year's seniors. They look to be getting things going as well, as they look to be picking up speed as the season goes on. They do seem to be a pretty balanced team on offense. Their defense looks like it could be pretty good as well. The only game that I have to compare is Bonner's Ferry. The Bulldogs held the Badgers to just 14 points, but Grangeville only scored a field goal against the Badgers. St. Mary's gave up 46 points on defense, but St. Mary's did score 14. It's not a great measuring stick, obviously, to compare the two games to see, even get an idea of what's going to happen here tonight. But it is an important game nonetheless, and I do believe it is going to be a hard-fought ball game here in Grangeville tonight. And like I said, I think if St. Mary's can keep from turning the ball over tonight, kind of like what Coach Teff said, it's going to come down to who makes the most plays and who makes the least amount of mistakes. So St. Mary's really going to have to focus on protecting the ball, and it would be nice to see St. Mary's get through one game without having a turnover on the night, and maybe force a couple of their own. That would be probably a couple of big goals here tonight besides just getting the win over the Bulldogs. We'll take another quick break, and then we'll be back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff.
At Good Neighbor Pharmacy, we're committed to being your good neighbor.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy is an independent network of over 3,000 pharmacies throughout the United States, giving us the buying power to compete with the chain stores.
We'll fill your prescription quickly and safely, and you're supporting a locally owned pharmacy.
Your copays are the same wherever you go. Why not come and visit your locally owned pharmacy professionals?
Jack's Pharmacy is your Good Neighbor Pharmacy here in St. Mary's. Come in and say hi. Jack's Pharmacy.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Idaho for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? KOFE Trucking is one of these. KOFE Trucking has been a fixture at St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. KOFE Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. KOFE Trucking, a community staple and lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
And we are back here as the Lumberjacks have come back out onto the field. And I was just now taking a look at the Lumberjacks compared to Grangeville. And St. Mary's actually looks to have a bit of a size advantage over the Grangeville Bulldogs. And that could be a big help for the Lumberjacks tonight, especially if they want to rely on their run game this evening. Lumberjacks, they are going to have to take care of the ball tonight, though. They cannot have the fumbles, the turnovers that have been the thorn in their side in several games. And that was a killer in Kellogg. St. Mary's was going toe-to-toe with the Wildcats in that game, but 3 turnovers in the second half, all fumbles that all resulted in touchdowns, ended up scoring back to the Wildcats, really undid the Lumberjacks' game plan. So St. Mary's, one thing first and foremost tonight, they cannot, I believe, they just can't turn the ball over. And that would be a huge step in the right direction for St. Mary's if they can keep that ball security this evening. I expect a heavy dose of the run game from St. Mary's. They will throw the ball on occasion. Part of me would like to see them mix up their formations a little bit and not just continuously run that wedge formation. So we'll see what they do with that. I mean, it's effective, but I think it might be more effective to throw in a few more spread out offensive looks. But again, we'll see what the Lumberjacks decide to do. Defensively, St. Mary's will have to contend with another balanced team. The Bulldogs do like to run it. They do like to throw it. And the film I watched, they did it about 50% of each. So it'll be interesting to see how St. Mary's deals with that. Their passing game isn't quite as strong as other teams St. Mary's has faced, but they're still going to have to be solid on the backside on defense. The winner tonight, though, like I said, could be the number 2 seed in the playoffs, with Kellogg being that number 1 seed possibly out of the Central Idaho League. So there is a lot on the line for tonight's ball game. I believe we're going to have the national anthem, so we'll take a quick break and we'll come back with a look at some other Lumberjack sports and our college and pro sports as well.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawah, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With 6 professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjack!
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back. And I'm not sure if they're going to do starting lineups. Yeah, they will do starting lineups. So I'm going to mark the starting lineups down for us. So for the Lumberjacks, starting will be to Jared Badgett. For the Lumberjacks, I'm not even going to worry about the Lumberjacks because they always get introduced as a team, and they're actually you got starting lineups for radio for Grangeville, but they are still announcing the starters on the loudspeaker. But St. Mary's always is introduced as a team. So we're going to take a quick look at the other sports while we got a moment here. First, we'll start with soccer. The girls' soccer team lost to Timberlake back on Tuesday of this week, 9-0. Then they played Lakeland on Thursday. They lost that game 6-0 against those two teams. League player district action up next for the girls and the boys. The boys lost to Timberlake 6-1 on Thursday. They played Orofino on Thursday, and they lost that game 4-1. District soccer begins October the 10th at Real Life Fields in Post Falls. The girls play Priest River at 1 p.m. on Monday, I believe it is, and the boys play Coeur d'Alene Charter at 11 a.m. for their district tournament action. Taking a look at the volleyball team, they are undefeated on the season. They're off to a great start. I think they are 9-0. They beat Timberlake last night in their Pink Out the Gym feature. So congratulations to the volleyball team on such a solid season this year. Lumberjack football, they will be hosting Priest River next Thursday in St. Mary's. The JV will play on Wednesday in Priest River. Tomorrow, the Vandals, they will be at Montana, the Grizzlies. That game's scheduled for noon kickoff. The Seahawks, they will be at the Saints on Sunday. That game is at 10 a.m. We'll have that one on the air. I don't think we're going to get the Vandals game on tomorrow because of what time they play. But the Boise State game tomorrow night we will have on the air. Boise State will be hosting Fresno State, and that game is scheduled to kick off at 6:45 in the evening. So that is a look at the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff. And right now they're still doing the starting lineups for the Bulldogs. And I think we'll take a quick break while they do that and then come back hopefully for the coin toss.
It's time to winterize your home, and there's no better place to start than at Everyone's Hardware and Lumber Store, 10th Street Lumber. They have insulation, house wraps, stoves, and heaters. See their huge selection of power tools, paints, and painting supplies. And, of course, they have a full line of lumber supplies. Stop by 10th Street Lumber and see what they can do for you. And remember, 10th Street Lumber will deliver anywhere on 10th Street and Railroad Avenue, 10th Street Lumber.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. And we are back. The captain's headed out to midfield. And for the Bulldogs, it is number 55, Trid Charlie, and number 40, Colin Geckner for the Bulldogs as their captains. Representing the Lumberjacks, the number 69 of Jordan Korn, the number 32 of Ethan Kohler, the number 50 of Landon Warren, and the number 5 of Dylan Holder. They go out to get some ground rules with the official, the head ref, and then they will get the coin flip going, and then we'll be just moments from kickoff. So it's looking forward to an exciting game here tonight, and hopefully a Lumberjack win that they can take home and build off of for their next 2 league games. The next 2 games for the Lumberjacks are home games, as they will, like I said a moment ago, they'll host Priest River next Thursday at home, and they'll finish up the regular season against Orofino the following week, and then hopefully they'll be on to a playoff game after that. Coin toss is done. St. Mary's, I believe, would call it. They are the visiting team, and they do another retoss because that first one apparently was not very good. And it looks like the Bulldogs won the coin toss. The Bulldogs will defer to the second half, so St. Mary's will go on offense first. Now we just got to see who's picking which side. The Bulldogs will pick the west or the east side of the field to defend. St. Mary's will do the west side, or let's put it this way: Lumberjacks will be going left or right to left on your radio dial. So St. Mary's will receive to get things started here. Have to wait and see who the Grangeville kicker is. I'm not 100% sure. Some of the film I watched on it just didn't have really good, clear footage to really pick up who their starting kickers and stuff were. So we will figure it out as we go. I know I do got some of their kick returners and punt returners, but that's about it. So the ball is in the hands of the number 36 for the Bulldogs. That is Cooper Poxleitner. He's a sophomore running back, and he will be kicking off for the Grangeville Bulldogs. Back deep for St. Mary's should be Trey Gibson and Jared Badgett, and it is. So the Lumberjacks ready to go. Bulldogs ready to go. Crowd's getting amped up here in Grangeville. 2A Central Idaho League action as the Bulldogs and the Lumberjacks doing battle here in Grangeville. This has kind of been the big rivalry here in 2A for St. Mary's and Grangeville. Always has since they've been in that 2A league. Poxleitner lines up the rest of his Bulldogs on the 35. Get the whistle from the ref. Poxleitner on the way. The kick is a short one down the middle. And falling on it for the Lumberjacks, I believe, was Trace Wicks at about the 30-yard line. So that's where the Lumberjacks will take over and start with their first possession, 1st and 10 on their own 30. Dylan Holder will be under center for the Lumberjacks. Running backs will be Trey Gibson out there. Lumberjacks come out in the wedge. Tyler Renner, a wide receiver for St. Mary's. Holder under center, calls for man in motion. That's Gibson. Going to be a handoff to Vanderrob here to the near side. Vanderrob's going to push forward and picks up about 3 or 4 yards. Three-yard pickup for Vanderrob on 1st down. Brings up 2nd and 7 for St. Mary's up to the 33-yard line. Lumberjacks break the huddle up the line of scrimmage. Same formation. Holder under center in that wedge. Holder takes the snap. Going to hand it off. I think it's to Kohler this time, and Kohler loses some yardage, I do believe. He only gets to about, no, he's actually behind the original line of scrimmage. So Lumberjacks now 3rd and long as they lost about 5 yards. Well, they got it marked as, yeah, they lost about 5 yards on that carry. So it should be 3rd. Well, I guess they didn't lose that much, I guess. Lost only about a yard. Lumberjacks on the run again up the middle.
That worked pretty Charlie on the tackle.
Carry for Lumberjacks was Gibson. And then Lumberjacks pick up about 7 on the Gibson run. Brings up 4th down and 1 yard for St. Mary's. Lumberjacks going to go for it here early in the ball game, deep on their own side of the field. Ball at their own 39-yard line, 4th and 1 yard to go. It's going to be a keeper in the middle, and that push isn't happening for St. Mary's. I don't know. Holder breaks out of the pile and comes off the far side across the 50, and it's a first down for the Lumberjacks. I was somewhat surprised when that pile got held up right there, and nobody was really going either direction, that they didn't blow the whistle for the stoppage of forward progress. And Holder's able to pop out the far side somehow, brings that ball to the Grangeville side of the field up to their 47-yard line. And it was a 14-yard gain by Dylan Holder for the first down. Same formation, Holder under center, takes a snap. Oh, the ball's on the ground, and Holder can't get onto it. It's going to be picked up by the Bulldogs at the 45. And that was number 33, Carl Spencer, with the recovery.
Number 33, Carl Spencer with the recovery. Number 3, Cody Clement and company take over first.
I'm not sure who it was for the Lumberjacks that had the fumble. I'm just going to give it to somebody. I don't think it was Holder. There's going to be a pass for the Bulldogs, and there's nobody there. It was intended for Lindsley, but he did not get it. Going to get a run play next. Bulldogs find a little bit of a hole, but it's going to be Tyler Renner with the tackle. Poxleitner with the carry. 3rd and 1 yard for the Bulldogs. Pickup of 9. Bulldogs back up to the line of scrimmage. One receiver to the near side. Going to be a handoff, and it's going to be a first down run for the Bulldogs. Trace Wicks on the tackle. Ball down to the 28, a 10-yard pickup for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs moving the ball on their first possession. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, down on their own 28-yard line. One receiver to the near side. Clement under center, hands it off. First man through, finds a hole. He's going to be brought down by Badgett and a couple of other Lumberjacks. Poxleitner with the carry. Another pickup of 10 for the Bulldogs. So the Lumberjacks' run defense had been really good early on in the season, but they've been struggling a little bit lately. And now we're going to get a flag and encroachment on the Lumberjacks. So that'll take at 5 yards for the Bulldogs. 1st and 5 now for the Bulldogs, up to the 13 of Grangeville, or of St. Mary's. One receiver to the near side. Clement under center, takes a snap, hands it off, ball is on the ground, ball is loose, St. Mary's recovers it. I'm not sure who picked that up for the Lumberjacks. I think it was the number, who is that, the 56 for St. Mary's. The Lumberjacks get the Bulldogs were driving. Lumberjacks get the fumble from Grangeville, so both teams with a turnover on their first possession. 8:17 to go first quarter, no score. St. Mary's in the wedge, hands it to Gibson. Gibson, far side, picks up a few. Maybe about 4 or 5 hard-earned yards on that carry by Gibson.
Second and 4 for the Lumberjacks.
You can call it a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4 for the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's on, I'm not sure what yard line they're on. I've got them on the 18. Lumberjacks right back to the line of scrimmage in that same formation. Everybody in tight in the wedge. Holder under center. Holder takes the snap. And I kind of think a Lumberjack moved early, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it was on the Lumberjacks as I thought I seen one of the linemen on the near side move just before that ball got snapped. So that'll take 5 yards off of that. So take 2nd and 9 for the Lumberjacks now, back to the 13-yard line. St. Mary's still in the wedge. Holder under center, 2nd and 9, deep on their own side of the field. Lumberjacks going to try to run it again. I'm not sure who has the ball yet. Few yard gain for the Lumberjacks on that one. It was the 84 Vanderrob on the carry. About a 3-yard pickup for the Lumberjacks on that carry. 3rd and 6 back on their own 16-yard line or so. Same formation for the Lumberjacks. Everybody in tight, Holder under center. Holder takes the snap. He's going to keep it. No, pitches it out. Can Lumberjacks get some room with that? No, it's going to be sniffed out in the backfield, I think. The carrier for St. Mary's, I'm not sure who carried that ball. I think it might have been Gibson. Yeah, I think he might have gained 1 yard. So brings up 4th and 5 for Lumberjacks, and they will send out their punting unit. Damian Vanderrob will take care of the punting duties with Grayson Sands not here tonight. Back for the Bulldogs. I can't see his number, so we'll wait and see. Nice snap. Nice big high punt. Going to take a bounce, Lumberjack bounce. Going to roll all the way down inside the 40, down to the 41-yard line. No return. So a nice punt. Flips the field position a little bit there. And that's where the Bulldogs will start their second possession of the night. Still no score. 5:54 to go first quarter. Bulldogs 1st and 10 on their own 41-yard line. Bulldogs break their huddle up to the line of scrimmage. One receiver to the near side. Clement under center for the Bulldogs. Takes snap, hands it off to the second man around. That is the number 7 of Weckman. He's going to find some room up the middle of the field before finally being brought down by Trey Thwick. It's a pretty good gain up to the 40-yard line. And a first down for the Bulldogs. First and 10 for Grangeville, down to the Lumberjack 40. Bulldogs, same formation, one receiver to the near side. Cody Clement under center. 2 running backs in the backfield. Going to keep the ball himself. No, it's a handoff. That was like Weckman again. No, Cody Clement does keep it himself. Tristan Hill on the tackle. Couple of yard pickup for the Bulldogs. Brings up 2nd and 8. Last Lumberjack off the pile was the 99 of Tristan Hill. Bulldogs in their huddle. They send their quarterback over to the sideline, it looks like, every time for their play. St. Mary's will bring in another player to bring out somebody else to get the play in. Same formation for the Bulldogs. They've got one receiver to the near side, Clement under center. Checks over to the coach, looking maybe for a change of play here. Gives a signal to his wide receiver to the near side. Going to take the snap, looks to throw, and they're going to be in the backfield before anybody can get there. And it's going to be Trey Thwick with the big sack for the Lumberjacks, back to nearly the 50-yard line. Lumberjack defensive line was through that line quick. There was no, well, they actually spotted it at the 45. I guess the kind of a weird spot, but they're spotted at 45. Maybe the spot where forward progress was stopped. 4 wide receivers set this time for the Bulldogs on 3rd and 15. Clement to pass. Lumberjacks looking for the screen. A good job by St. Mary's to back out of that when they thought there was going to be a screen play, and they're able to take that down for a short gain. No gain, actually. Rowan Ford, one of the Lumberjacks, in there on the tackle. It was completed to Colin Geckner. No gain. So 4th and long for the Bulldogs will bring out their punter. Waiting to see who that is. Back for St. Mary's is Jared Badgett to return. He looks like he's set up at about the 10. Big booming punt. Picked up by Badgett. I guess he called for a fair catch, it looks like. I think the punter was number 40. That's Geckner. That ball is going to be on the Lumberjack 11-yard line on the fair catch. So 3:02 to go. Still no score here in Grangeville. First quarter. St. Mary's with their 3rd possession, backed up deep on their own side of the field. Back into the wedge. Holder under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off far side of the field. Keeping his feet. Trying to see who that runner is. I think it's the number 8 of Wesley Vanderrob.
On the tackle for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 8 for the Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks next play is another run off the far side.
On the tackle, number 66, Angel Kent for the Bulldogs.
Not sure who it was on the carry for St. Mary's on that one. It was Trey Gibson with the carry. Picks up about 6 yards. Brings up 3rd and about 3. 3rd and 3 at the Bulldog 19, or at the Lumberjack 19. St. Mary's deep on their own side of the field still. First quarter down to only 1:40 left. Into the forward wedge. Going to be a keeper for Holder once again. Pushing that pile, and I think I'm not sure if he got it yet. They needed 2 to 3 yards, so we'll see. And they do get the first down on the run by Holder up the middle. 1st and 10 for St. Mary's, up to the 19-yard line. Oh, nope, they say up to the 25-yard line. Lumberjacks break the huddle. 1:22 go, first quarter, no score. Holder under center. Takes the snap, hands it off. It looks like it's Gibson on that run. He's going to pick up about 5 possibly. Six-yard pickup for the junior running back, Trey Gibson. Brings up second, about 4 yards for the Lumberjacks. 51 seconds to go, first quarter. Lumberjacks got to get one more play off before the end of the first period. First quarter of play. Same formation, everybody in the wedge. In tight, Holder under center. Holder takes snap. Hand off to the near side. Some room up the middle. See who the runner is, and it's the number 84 of Vanderrob with a nice run up the middle for St. Mary's. It's going to be a Lumberjack first down. That's across the 40 up to about the 42. 12-yard pickup by Damian Vanderrob for the Lumberjacks. Clock running down. Lumberjacks come to the sideline as they'll go ahead and let the time run out on the first quarter. And no score here in Grangeville. Lumberjacks and Bulldogs doing battle. We'll be back.
Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturdays. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Now we are back. 1 quarter down here in Grangeville. No score. Lumberjacks have possession. Both teams have had a turnover early in the first quarter. Each team fumbling it on their first possession. St. Mary's in the wedge, straight here in front of me right now as they switch sides. Lumberjacks now going left to right. Going to get the snap. Wedge formation. Handoff to, I believe, to Gibson. Or is that... Yeah, that is Gibson. Gibson picks up about 4. Going to call it a 5-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 5 for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks all hold up. Back to the line of scrimmage. Still using the wedge formation. Holder under center for St. Mary's. Holder takes the snap, hands it off, coming to the near side. It's a run, and it's going to be a short gain there for the 32 of Ethan Kohler. Picked up about 2. Brings up 3rd and 3 for the Lumberjacks. Ball at just about the 50-yard line. Still just barely on the Lumberjack side of the field. Lumberjacks still staying in the wedge. Everybody up to the line of scrimmage. Holder under center for St. Mary's. You got a tight end in Tristan Hill to the near side. Handoff to Vanderrob. Big hole opens up for Vanderrob. Picks up about 5 or 6 yards on the carry. Down to the Bulldog 45. That'll be 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks marching down the field at the moment, slowly, just chewing time off the clock and moving it down the field, getting the first downs they need. Same formation for Lumberjacks. Everybody in tight. Holder with the snap. Hand it off to Darnold. Darnold to the far side. Finds some room to run. He picks up about 5 yards on the carry. It's interesting. The announcers for the Bulldogs and their field announcers, they announced the tackler first. Lumberjacks have some personnel change. Ethan Kohler takes the play in to the huddle. 2nd and 6 for St. Mary's, maybe 5. 2nd and 6. Long 5. Same formation, Holder under center. Holder, going to get the Bulldogs to jump off sides. That'll give the Lumberjacks a free 5 from the Bulldogs. That'll make it 2nd and about 1, maybe 2 yards. Badgett into the game. Trace Wicks into the game for the Lumberjacks. Tristan Hill and Tyler Renner come out. Lumberjacks change up the formation. Now they bring receiver to the near side, a receiver to the top of the formation. Holder still under center. He's got Wesley Vanderrob lined up behind him. It's going to be a keeper for St. Mary's. Holder pushing the pile. Everybody trying to get that thing through. Trace Wicks comes back to chip in there on the push. I think there's more than enough for the first down. Trying to maybe catch the Bulldogs off guard there a little bit, making them think they might throw the ball. St. Mary's opts to run it up the middle. Lumberjacks get 2 yards on that one by Holder. Brings up 1st and 10 to the Bulldog 34-yard line. Lumberjacks up to the line of scrimmage. This time they go back into the wedge. Everybody in tight. Holder under center. Holder takes the snap, hands it off. Going to be Gibson, and Gibson gets met just beyond the line of scrimmage. Going to pick up harder, maybe 3 yards on the carry.
More of a Bulldog in on the tackle there.
Maybe only 2 yards on that carry. I think St. Mary's already used 6 different guys carrying the ball in this one. Might have been more than that looking at how many guys have ran the ball so far. Same formation, wedge for Lumberjacks. Holder under center. Takes the snap, hands it off. That's Gibson looking for, the ball's on the ground, picking it up. No, Wesley Vanderrob had it for a second, but then he lost it, and I think the Bulldog, St. Mary's does get back on it. Holder able to get on it. I think that was Ethan Kohler with the carry and the fumble. St. Mary's loses yardage back to a 10-yard 3rd and 10. Lumberjacks 3rd and 10 on the Bulldog 35. Holder under center. Takes the snap, looks to throw. He's going to go deep to Wicks, and he's going to be overthrown just a bit. Good coverage by the Bulldogs. There's David Goakoa in pass coverage for the Bulldogs. Brings up 4th and 10 for St. Mary's. Vanderrob comes in to punt for St. Mary's, looking to pin the Bulldogs deep. The number 18 is the punt returner for the Bulldogs. That's Sam Lindsley, a junior. Now we're going to get a timeout taken by the Bulldogs. 6:53 to go, second quarter. No score here from Grangeville. We'll be back.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Heidi Kruger, your St. Mary's Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Heidi Kruger is a proud sponsor of the Lumberjacks on KOFE. For all your investment needs, call 208-755-5294 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
And we're back. Bulldogs with the timeout. St. Mary's 4th and 10 from the Bulldog 35. A lot of times you'd see the Lumberjacks go for it in this situation, but they want to play some field position. It looks like here they've got Damian Vanderrob out to punt. See if they can pin the Bulldogs deep, as Sam Lindsley will be waiting at about the 10-yard line of Grangeville to return the punt. Good snap. Vanderrob gets it off. It's a high punt to the far side of the field. Takes a bounce for the Lumberjacks down inside the 5, it looks like, or at least down to the 5. And no return. It'll be down to the 6. So a nice punt by Vanderrob. 30 yards, no return. 6:45 to go. First half, no score. Bulldogs with the possession now. Deep on their own side of the field. Bulldogs still in their huddle. Bulldogs sending out 4 wide receivers this time. 2 to the top of the formation, 2 to the bottom. Clement in the shotgun. Running back lined up behind him, takes a snap, hands it off, and he's going to be met right away. The running back ball is loose, and Jared Badgett is able to jump on it. Did Badgett not get on it? No, the Bulldogs were able to get it. I thought Jared had a chance to fall on it. I'm hearing that they called the runner down before he lost the ball. So, not sure who it was on the carry. He gained 1 yard. One receiver top of the formation. Clement takes the snap. He's going to roll out to throw. He's going to be hit in the backfield, tumbles. Lumberjacks recover, touchdown in the end zone. And that is, I believe, Trey Gibson with the recovery. No, it's Tyler Renner with the recovery in the end zone. So the Lumberjacks get the turnover and the score. I didn't see who caused the fumble, but Tyler Renner recovers it in the end zone, and the Lumberjacks get on the board first on a defensive score. Lumberjacks go for two. They don't have Grayson Sands here to kick for him tonight. The Lumberjacks, Coach Tapp said, would more likely be going for 2 points. St. Mary's into the wedge formation. Everybody in tight. Holder under center. Holder takes the snap, pitches it out. It's into the hands of Gibson, and Gibson barrels his way into the end zone, runs over a Bulldog defender, and the 2-point conversion is good. So the Lumberjacks are able to strike first here in Grangeville. The score is 8-0 in favor of St. Mary's with 6:05 to go in the first half. We'll be back.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
And we are back. Lumberjacks score on a defensive touchdown. The Lumberjacks forced the fumble in the end zone on the sack of Cody Clement, and he coughs the ball up in the end zone. St. Mary's recovers it. Tyler Renner gets credit for the touchdown. Lumberjacks now to kick off. Kicking off for the Lumberjacks is Scott Soten. He'll take care of kickoff duties. Scott's first time doing kickoffs here, I do believe, so they're trying to, I believe that's Scott. I got to make sure. 55 is Scott. Now he lines up, gets everything figured out, lines up the Lumberjacks. Back deep for the Bulldogs. It looks like it's the number 18 of Sam Lindsley. And I can't see the other returner for the Bulldogs. It's number 7 of Weckman. Nice kick by Soten is going to be picked up at the 20. The tackle by Tristan Hill. The return will bring the Bulldogs up to the 30, it looks like. 35-yard line. Tristan Hill with the special teams tackle. 5:59 to go, first half. St. Mary's leads it 8-0 over the Bulldogs. Bulldogs have one receiver at the top of the formation. Clement's going to hand it off, and the Lumberjacks stuff it in the middle. Poxleitner with the carry, Vanderrob on the tackle. Gain of 1 for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs up to the line of scrimmage, one receiver top of the formation. Clement under center for the Bulldogs, takes the snap, keeps it, looking to run it, I think, but he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield by Wesley Vanderrob, and it's a loss of about 5. Lumberjack defense starting to fill their oats here. 3rd and 12, they say, on the scoreboard. Ball back at the 35. 3rd and 12 for Grangeville. 4 wide receiver set. 2 to the near side, 2 to the top of the formation. Pistol formation for Clement takes the snap, looks to throw. Goes over the middle, overthrown. Almost a nice one-handed catch, actually, by Sam Lindsley. It's going to be Brock Anderson in coverage.
Fourth down for the Bulldogs.
Tried to one-hand that and actually almost got it. Bulldogs look like they're going to punt. Number 40 of Colin Geckner to punt. Badgett back at the 30. Low punt, partially blocked by Trace Wicks. That ball is going to go out of bounds. So Lumberjacks will take over at the 40, let me see here, where are they marking that at? The 42, it looks like, of St. Mary's. .432 to go, first half. Lumberjacks lead 8-0 over the Bulldogs. Wedge formation, Holder under center. Pitches out, reverse to the opposite side. It's into Vanderroob's hands, and the Bulldogs sniff that one out fairly quickly. It's about a 2 or 3 yard gain. Bulldog fans wanting that called a fumble, but the whistle is blown. Again, St. Mary's has had 2 fumbles tonight. They've only lost 1 of them, and that one was nearly a fumble. So Lumberjacks have got to tighten up the ship when it comes to the ball security. 2nd and 9 for St. Mary's. Ball on the 44-yard line. Everybody in the wedge for St. Mary's. Holder under center. Holder takes the snap, hands it off to Gibson. Gibson trying to find some room. Sheds a tackler, got some blockers, finds some room to run, takes it up to the 50-yard line. And a nice solid gain for Trey Gibson. 3rd down up to the 50.
3rd and 3 for the Lumberjacks.
3rd and about 3 yards for St. Mary's. Ball right at midfield. Lumberjacks up to the line of scrimmage. Holder under center. Wedge formation once again. Everybody in tight for Lumberjacks. The snap. Holder pitches it out to Kohler, and Kohler's close to the first down. He might have just got it, actually.
Number 40, Colin Geckner on tackle.
That looks like a first down, but they are probably going to measure it. I don't have a great angle on it. The ball just on the opposite side of the 50 into Grangeville territory. So they're going to call for a measurement here. It's not a first down. It's about, well, they haven't stretched it all the way out. Yeah, it's only about 6 inches short. So clearly I do believe St. Mary's will go for it here, 4th and inches. See if St. Mary's goes with the up the middle, push the pile, or if they think that the Bulldogs will be expecting that, so they try something outside. Wedge formation for the Lumberjacks. Everybody in tight. Holder on under center. Takes the snap, and they're not going to try the up the middle thing. They're going to pitch it out to Gibson. Gibson gets the edge and picks up the first down. Gets it by about 2 yards. I have to believe the Bulldogs were set up and ready for the Lumberjacks to try that right up the middle. It's about 3 yards and the first down for St. Mary's with 2:18 to go first half. St. Mary's leads at 8-0 here in Grangeville. Lumberjacks in tight. Holder under center, takes the snap, pitches it to Kohler. Kohler gets some blocks, cuts it back up, reverses field. Looks like he's got about a 5-yard pickup on the carry.
Number 32, Kohler with the carry. 2nd and 5 for the Lumberjacks.
2nd and 5 at the Bulldog 40. Lumberjacks drive continues. 1:48 to go, first half. Lumberjacks have all 3 of their timeouts. Looking to maybe cap off this drive with a score here at the end of the first half. In tight again for the Lumberjacks. Wedge formation. Pitch out to Gibson. Gibson cuts up, sheds off a couple of tacklers, and he's going to get a hard-fought 2 to 3 yards on that one. And Lumberjacks will take a timeout. Gets a 3-yard pickup, brings up 3rd and 2 for St. Mary's. Timeout taken by the Lumberjacks as well.
Timeout called by the Lumberjacks.
A pretty good battle so far. Difference in the game is a fumble in the end zone by the Bulldogs. St. Mary's recovers it in the end zone, gives them the touchdown. Cash in on the 2-point conversion, 8-0 Lumberjacks. Bulldogs have 2 fumbles so far tonight. The Lumberjacks have recovered both of them. St. Mary's has fumbled it twice, only lost 1 though. So St. Mary's, both teams obviously want to tighten up the ship as far as ball security, but the Lumberjacks really definitely need to do so. They've had the fumbles all season long, and really was probably not happy to see a fumble on the first possession for Lumberjacks earlier on. 1:28 to go. Coach stepped out there, giving them some instruction, had to stop the clock, save some time. 3rd and 2. Lumberjacks on the Bulldog 37. Lumberjacks ideally, of course, want to get that score here before the halftime, be able to go up by 2 touchdowns before the second half. Nice, cool evening here in Grangeville. Once again, I'm up in the stands with Lumberjack fans. Lumberjacks up to the huddle, up to the line of scrimmage. Holder under center. 3rd and about 2. Holder going to pitch it out to Gibson. Gibson gets some blocking. Oh, he's fighting for every inch, and he's going to gain about a yard possibly. He picks up positive yardage. Oh, they say loss of a half yard? Oh, maybe he did lose a little bit. I thought he gained a little bit there, but it's going to be 4th and about 2 for Lumberjacks. 4th and 2, 4th and 3. Lumberjacks going to go for it. They have 1, 2 wide receivers out there, 1 to each side of the formation. Holder's going to look to throw. He's going to go to Wicks. Wicks with the catch down to the 5. That was a beautiful throw by the number 5 of Dylan Holder. Wicks, I think, landed on that ball down there, though, so it might have knocked the wind out of him. Hopefully he's all right. But that was a great catch by Wicks as he laid out for it down there inside the 10. And the clock running. St. Mary's, I think, finally gets the timeout. See where they mark that, but I know that's inside the 10. That ball looks like it might be right on the 5. That's where I'm going to mark it. Lumberjacks took their second timeout. 45 seconds on the clock. 1st and goal to go for the Lumberjacks from about the 5-yard line. Lumberjacks have 1 more timeout so they can run the ball if they want to here. Coach Teft has exited the huddle, coming over to the line of scrimmage, coming to the sideline. Everybody in tight, Holder under center. 1st and 10, 1st and goal from the 5. Pitches it to, I think that was Gibson. Gibson with a short gain. Time ticking down, 32 seconds on the clock. Quickly back in. St. Mary's probably put a couple of plays in on that last timeout. Going to get a push as Holder with the keeper. 18 seconds left. 3rd and goal for St. Mary's. Looks like the ball might be on the 2-yard line. St. Mary's used their last timeout with 18.5 on the clock. St. Mary's looking to try to get that little extra lead going into half here. They lead 8-0 late first half. See if Coach Teff decides to try a pass here in the end zone with not that much time on the clock. He's got time for a couple of passes, maybe one run. So it's kind of decision-making time here for St. Mary's as far as their strategy for getting this into the end zone. This is that situation where you really kind of wish you had your kicker here tonight to put that through on a field goal if you had to. Everybody in tight, in the wedge. Holder under center. Going to take the snap, hands it off. It's into the hands of Gibbs. No, is that Ethan Kohler, I do believe. Wait and see. Nope, it's Gibson. The 2-yard run by Trey Gibson for the Lumberjacks. Gives the Lumberjacks right now a 14-0 lead. 13 seconds before halftime. Coming up at the half, we have our senior spotlight. Our senior spotlight tonight is Angela Parrish. Lumberjacks in the wedge. Short one man on their formation. Got to get another guy out there. Holder gives Wesley Vanderob the play. He lines up behind Holder. Snap. It's going to be a throw for the Lumberjacks. Wide open is Logan Darnold into the end zone for the touchdown, or for the two-point conversion. Getting a little bit excited there on that, thinking it was another touchdown, but can't get 2 touchdowns there. So Lumberjacks now lead by a score of 16-0 over the Bulldogs late first half. We'll be back.
St. Joe Potty Huts in St. Mary's is a proud Lumberjack supporter. St. Joe Potty Huts is a portable restroom rental RV pump service in Benoit County, also serving Shoshone and Kootenai counties. So for your next large gathering, wedding, family reunion, birthday party, or maybe you're having a remodel done and you need some extra facilities, call St. Joe Potty Huts at 245-4887. 245-4887. St. Joe Potty Hut says, go Lumberjacks!
And we are back. It'll be Scott Soten to kick off for the Lumberjacks. 13 seconds left in the first half. The Bulldogs do have 2 timeouts. St. Mary's leads at 16-0 right now.
Number 55, Scott.
Back deep for the Bulldogs is the number 7 of Weckman. And I believe it's the 18 of Sam Lindsley. Kick is on the way. The little low squibber gets through the first line of defense, and it's going to actually look like it rolls out of bounds. A little bit of chippiness going on over there. A little bit of a late, not really late hit, but they were still going hard at it. It was Ethan Kohler and one of the other guys for Grangeville. Grangeville didn't like the hit, I believe, by Kohler. Trace Wicks now over there. He's talking to him, and I think they've got the official over there with him between Geckner and Wicks. The ball went out of bounds, it looks like, at the 35. And going to move the ball up to the 40. I'm just going to do that. Putting the penalty was a kickoff out of bounds. The Bulldogs will take it 1st and 10 at their own 40. 4 wide receiver set. Clement looks to throw. He's going to go deep. He's got a man. It's caught. And it's going to be Logan Darnold with the tackle. Darnold got beat there on that one. The catch was by number 6 of Carter Munt. The catch was inside the 30 at the 32 of St. Mary's. So the first big play of the night really for the Bulldogs. Munt kind of ran past Darnold there. Darnold got beat. Darnold is a sophomore out there for Lumberjacks. 4.9 seconds after the Grangeville timeout. First and 10 from the Lumberjack 32 now. Bulldogs, you know they're going to go air, so St. Mary's has got to have their pass coverage pretty solid here. Bulldogs have time for one, depending on how quickly they get it off, maybe 2 plays. 4 wide receiver set once again for the Bulldogs. 2 to the near side, 2 to the top of the formation. Clement in the pistol, drops back, pressure coming, and he can't escape it. Getting in there to make the sack for the Lumberjacks. The number 56 of Roan Ford is Clement gets taken down back at the 40, and that will end the first half. Lumberjacks lead it 16-0 over the Bulldogs here in Grangeville. We'll be back with our senior spotlight. When your car's not running right, you want an honest mechanic that provides quality work at an affordable price. That can be tough, unless your dad owns a repair shop. But in St. Mary's, times have changed. You have Jim's Auto, and they treat every customer like family. Get everything from regular maintenance to major repairs done at Jim's Auto and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto doesn't just offer oil changes. They're a full-service shop. Jim's Auto can diagnose that check engine light, change your brakes, and fix your alignment. Ask about Jim's Auto's new Express Lane with same-day or next-day oil and tire services. And don't forget, Jim's Auto is an authorized Tire Pros dealer with nationwide warranty, service protection plan, and free roadside assistance. Jim's Auto and Tire Pros located at 69 Milwaukee Road, St. Mary's.
It's time to elevate your finances. Introducing Ascend Checking, the simple, free checking account from T1FCU. It gives you the flexibility to earn dividends, plus get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposits, and no minimum balance requirements. Level up your finances with Ascend Checking. Learn more at t1fcu.org/ascend. T1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938, insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? You need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
With stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Mary's community for their fundraising effort and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjacks!
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active? Definitely. Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Idaho, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
And it's time for our senior spotlight. Today we have St. Mary's Lumberjack senior athlete Angela Parrish. Angela, what sports do you play?
Soccer and track.
Which one's your favorite?
Soccer.
And why?
Soccer. I've been playing it the longest.
What is your favorite thing about playing sports?
Making friends and the bus ride.
What's your least favorite thing about playing sports?
The injuries you can get.
Do you have a favorite pro sports team?
Las Vegas Raiders.
What are your goals this year on and off the field?
Make another goal and to finish school.
And we are talking with Lumberjack senior athlete Angela Parrish for our senior spotlight. We'll take a quick break and be back with more.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Any adventure, any task, any time, there's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Mary's Don Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's Don Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com.
And we are here with our senior spotlight. We have Angela Parrish, St. Mary's Lumberjack senior athlete. What are your plans after high school?
Go to cosmetology school.
What is your favorite subject in school?
Fitness.
And who is someone that you look up to?
My coach and my father.
What is your most memorable moment?
Making my first goal in Priest River, my junior year.
And do you have anybody you'd like to thank?
My teammates, my family, and my coach.
All right. And that was Angela Parrish for our senior spotlight for today. We want to wish you good luck in the future and thank you for being here. And that was our senior spotlight. We'll take a break and be back with more.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings, but it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night, or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet, to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Tim Parrish here in Grangeville, and it is halftime. Lumberjacks leading the Bulldogs 16-0 in an all-important Central Idaho League matchup here this evening. And the winner of this game could put themselves into a pretty good spot for that pretty good chance at that second spot in the state playoffs. I just overheard that Orofino is actually losing to Priest River 21-0 in other league action going on tonight. So the first quarter of this game was scoreless for both teams, and then St. Mary's was able to get 16 unanswered in the second quarter. The first touchdown came on a fumble in the end zone by Cody Clement, and it was recovered by Tyler Renner in the end zone for the touchdown. Trey Gibson had the run for the two-point conversion, which was good, giving St. Mary's the 8-0 lead. And then the Lumberjacks, I think there was another turnover on the Bulldogs, actually. I think they fumbled again, and St. Mary's did recover it. But this last possession for St. Mary's, Trey Gibson, as time starts to run out of the first half, Trey Gibson for a two-yard run, and the two-point conversion was good, as it was a pass from Dylan Holder to Logan Darnold, giving the 16-0 lead for the Lumberjacks. Grangeville has only put up 55 yards of total offense so far in this game. They're only averaging 3.4 yards per play. They have 28 yards passing, 3 of 5 on their passing completions. They have 27 rushing yards, one penalty for 5 yards, and they have 2 turnovers, 2 fumbles lost by the Bulldogs. Punting, the Bulldogs have 2. Says that they average 5. That's, I think, a mess up on my stats program there, as things got goofed up earlier. Time of possession shows the Bulldogs have only had the ball 6 minutes. St. Mary's have had it 17 minutes and 35 seconds, which does look fairly correct, because St. Mary's has been trying to chew clock off of that scoreboard. 5 first downs for the Bulldogs. They are 1 for 3 on third downs for 33%, 0 for 0 on fourth downs. Cody Clement is 3 for 5 passing for 28 yards. Cooper Poxleitner has 4 carries for 21 yards for the Bulldogs. Clay Weckman, 2 carries for 19. Colin Geckner has 1 carry for 10 yards. And Cody Clement has 4 carries for a negative 23 yards as far as being sacked and some of that other things going on. Really, there's been 3 sacks of St. Mary's. St. Mary's has sacked Cody Clement 3 times with that 1 strip sack in the end zone. Receiving, Carter Munt has 1 catch for 28 yards on the game. For the Lumberjacks, they have 133 yards of offense in the first half. They've ran 32 plays. They're averaging about 4 yards per play. St. Mary's has 33 passing yards. They're 1 for 2 throwing. 100 rushing yards for the Lumberjacks on 30 attempts. The bad thing about that is it's only 3.3 yards per rush for the Lumberjacks, so they're not getting a lot of big yardage out of their running game, but they're just grinding it out down there. I have 2 penalties, roughly 3 penalties for St. Mary's for about 30 yards probably. 1 turnover for the Lumberjacks. They had 2 fumbles. They lost 1. Let's see here. St. Mary's with 2 punts, 3 sacks for the Lumberjacks. First downs 9, 8 by rushing, 1 by passing. Lumberjacks are 4 of 8 on third down conversions, 3 of 3. Lumberjacks are perfect, 100% on their fourth down conversions tonight. Dylan Holder, 1 of 2 passing, 33 yards on that 1 completion. In the ground game, Trey Gibson has 14 carries for 45 yards and a touchdown. Damon Vanderrob has 5 carries for 24 yards. He's averaging about 5 yards a carry. Dylan Holder has 4 carries for 21 yards. Ethan Kohler has 5 carries for 5 yards. Logan Darnold, 1 carry for 4 yards. And Wesley Vanderrob, 1 for 1. Trace Wicks has the lone reception for the Lumberjacks. That was late in that first half, that diving catch down at the 5. And he has that 1 reception for 33 yards for St. Mary's.
Unofficial defensive stats, Trace Wicks has 3 tackles and 1 sack for the Lumberjacks. Roan Ford has 2 tackles and 1 sack. To his credit tonight, Tristan Hill with a couple of tackles. Damian Vanderrob, Tyler Renner, Jared Badgett, Wesley Vanderrob, Logan Darnold each have one tackle. Tyler Renner with a fumble recovery in the end zone for a touchdown. And not much else to really go over there for either team. So that's where we're at. Lumberjacks lead at 16-0 at halftime. We'll take a quick break, come back with the second half. Bulldogs will receive the opening kickoff of the second half.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
At Good Neighbor Pharmacy, we're committed to being your good neighbor.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy is an independent network of over 3,000 pharmacies throughout the United States, giving us the buying power to compete with the chain stores.
We'll fill your prescription quickly and safely, and you're supporting a locally owned pharmacy.
Your copays are the same wherever you go. Why not come and visit your locally owned pharmacy professionals?
Jack's Pharmacy is your Good Neighbor Pharmacy here in St. Mary's. Come in and say hi. Jack's Pharmacy.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our ADs for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Idaho for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back, and I looked up a quick score on the Bonners-Ferry Kellogg game. It looked like it was at halftime, and the Kellogg Wildcats trail the Badgers 8-0 at half. St. Mary's here leading Grangeville 16-0, and we heard that Orofino was trailing Priest River 21-0. The Bulldogs will receive the second half opening kick, and it will be Scott Soten kicking off. Nice deep kickoff by Soten, and that looked like it went out of bounds. Trying to see where that goes out. Looks like it's about the 29-yard line.
That'll bring the ball up to the 35-yard line.
I'm going to call it accepted. That'll be 1st and 10 on the 35 is where the Bulldogs will start with their first possession of the second half. They trail 16-0 to the Lumberjacks here tonight in Central Idaho League action. Lumberjacks would like nothing more than to get a stop here with the Bulldogs' first possession. Seeing some Lumberjack alum that graduated last year, Colby Renner, in the house to cheer on his Lumberjacks. His brother out there playing number 22, Tyler Renner, senior this year. Bulldogs have one receiver to the top of the formation. Clement looks like he's under center, 2 running backs in the backfield. Clement takes a snap, hands it off, second man through. He's going to be met in the hole. He's going to pick up a few yards. Poxleitner with the carry. Tristan Hill in there on the tackle. Also in there was Damian Vanderrob. About a 5-yard pickup for the Bulldogs. Actually, they're going to say 4. So 2nd and 6 for Grangeville. One receiver, top of the formation. Under center's Clement. Takes a snap. Looked like somebody moved early. No whistle. Going to get the ball. Almost gets stripped out there by the 22 of Renner. But it's a first down, it looks like, for the Bulldogs. It was Weckman with the carry, I think they said. Pick up a 5. Tyler Renner gets the tackle. First, it looked like it might have been a little bit short, but it's right at the line to gain. 45-yard line is where the ball is on the Bulldog side. Bulldogs are going to try to reestablish the run game here in the first parts of the second half of play. One receiver top of the formation. Everybody else in tight. Clement under center. 2 running backs in the backfield. Then takes snap, looks to throw over the middle. It's going to be through the hands of his wide receiver. Incomplete. A little bit too much mustard on that one by the quarterback, Clement, and the incomplete pass was intended for the 7 of Clay Weckman. Second and 10 for the Bulldogs. Taking a little bit of extra time in their huddle. Now they get up to the line of scrimmage. One receiver, actually there are 4 wide receivers set. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Clement in pistol. Takes the snap, hands it off. It's to Geckner. He's going to be met just past the line of scrimmage by Trey Gibson. Short gain for the number 40 of Geckner. Got a 2-yard pickup. That is showing as my first tackle by Gibson. Brings up 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. Early third quarter, St. Mary's leads at 16-0 over the Grangeville Bulldogs. 2 receivers coming here to the near side, 2 to the top of the formation for Grangeville. Clement in the pistol, has a running back lined up behind him. Takes the snap, looks to throw. He gets some pressure. He's going to look for a little bit of a screen. Throws a short. It's incomplete and looking for Geckner out of the backfield. Brings up 4th down and 8 for Grangeville. On their own side of the field. Bulldogs show punt, but it's too early, I think, to do any fakes here, but you never know. I think I did see a fake punt on film with them against the Bulldogs, so you're against the Badgers, so you got to be wary of it. Jared Badgett waits at his own 20. And they do give the punt. Nice punt by Geckner. He's going to have to come up on it. Calls for the fair catch at the 29-yard line. It was a nice high punt. And St. Mary's will have it 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line. 9:47 to go, third quarter. Lumberjacks lead 16-0, first possession of the second half for the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's in their wedge, everybody in tight. Holder under center for St. Mary's at the quarterback position. He's going to take the snap, hands it off. It looks like it's to Gibson, and somebody coming down the line is going to stop Gibson for a short gain. There was a little bit of extracurricular over here as we had Vanderrob and number 4, Legarata, going at it, and play was basically over, and Legarata basically just slammed Vanderrob down. He's going to get talked to, or number 4 is going to get talked to a little bit by the official. So a short run by Gibson, picks up 1. This is always a hard-fought game between these two teams, and tempers can get up there because it is a little bit of a rivalry. Under center is Holder in the wedge formation. I think that might have been a fumbled snap. Holder's able to pick it up and advance it for a couple of yards, it looks like. I'm going to call it 3rd and a long 7 for St. Mary's. St. Mary's up at the line of scrimmage, same formation in the wedge, everybody in tight. Holder under center. Holder takes the snap, looks to throw. He's got some good time that time, but he's going to overthrow that intended for Tristan Hill. It was a pretty pass, just a little bit too much on it, and it's going to go out of bounds, incomplete. Offensive line did a good job that time as sometime this season it's been some running around and not a lot of time for Holder to get a throw out there. That time the offensive line held up good, gave him time to roll out, spot his target, just overthrew him a little bit. So the Lumberjacks will punt, of course. They are deep on their own side of the field. It'll be Damian Banderob. He'll be punting from about his own 15. Sam Lindsley waits just inside his 40, or just inside, about the 36, 37-yard line. Good snap. Gets the punt away. It's a high punt going to the edge, and that's probably going to be out of bounds at about I'm seeing where they're going to mark that. Boy, he's going to step off a little bit. Okay, so he's going to mark that at about, wow, ooh. Okay, they're marked at the 45-yard line. I was looking at the wrong ref, apparently. I thought he was going awfully far upfield for that. That punt looked like it went out a lot sooner than that, or later than that. So 8:09 to go, third quarter. Second possession for the Bulldogs. And actually, now they do put it up at the 50. So I don't know. I don't know about that spot. I felt like that ball went out of bounds probably at the 45. Anyways, one receiver top of the formation for the Bulldogs. Handed off, first man through. I believe that was Geckner. He's going to be met just beyond the line of scrimmage. Maybe a short gang. You got about 4 Lumberjacks on him to bring him down. Last guy off of them is Tristan Hill. Maybe no gain on that one. That wasn't Geckner. That was Poxleitner. About a 1-yard gain. That bring up 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs. The ball at the Lumberjack 48. Actually, it's more like the 49-yard line. One receiver top of the formation for the Bulldogs. They're not really switching up their formation. It's going to be a little quick throw over the middle. Oh, and that was right almost into the hands of the 6 of Trace Wicks. And the intended receiver was the number 6 of Carter Munt. And Trace Wicks almost had the Lumberjacks' first interception of the season. I don't think he was expecting that ball to almost come right to him. Third and 9, Bulldogs break the huddle. Up to the line of scrimmage, just barely onto the Lumberjack side of the field. One receiver to the top of the formation. Clement under center, takes the snap. It's going to be a pitch out. And he's going to run into his own blocker and then be met by Ethan Kohler, and it's going to be 4th down for the Bulldogs. Might have picked up a yard or so. I'm going to give Ethan Kohler the tackle on that one. 4th down and 8, Bulldogs showing punt. Again, I do believe I've seen a fake punt, if I remember right, in their film, but Badgett will be back at the 5, it looks like. High punt, end over end. Badgett calls for the fair catch. He's going to get it at the 25-yard line. 22-yard punt with no return. And that's where St. Mary's will take over. Second possession of the third quarter for the Lumberjacks. Score still 16-0 in favor of St. Mary's. Lumberjacks in their huddle. We got a birthday boy out there today, Jared Badgett's birthday. I want to wish him a happy birthday as he's getting coached up here. Lumberjacks all in tight, wedge formation. Going to be a handoff to Vanderob to the far side. He's going to pick up 5 yards. Nice run by Damian Vanderob. Looks like a 5-yard pickup. 5-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 5 for the Lumberjacks, back on their own 30-yard line. St. Mary's still running the wedge. They've only used one other formation twice, I think. Holder under center. Takes the snap, hands it off, coming to the near side. That's going to be Holder, or not Sand, it's Gibson looking for his blockers. Tiger ropes the sideline. I think he's going to be out of bounds at about the 45, and a couple of late flags come in. I think those are going to go against the Bulldogs. Personal foul against Grangeville. That'll tack on some more yardage for the Lumberjacks at the end of the run. Just took that a little bit too far out of play there. Should take the ball up to about, let's see where they're going to mark that up to. Should be a 15-yard penalty. Ball is up to the 41 of Grangeville. 1st and 10. St. Mary's on the Bulldog side of the field. 5:46 to go, third period. Lumberjacks want another score here in the third. Wedge formation. Hand off to Banderob. Banderob finds a little opening through his blockers. He's going to get about 5 yards on the carry. The sticks were in the wrong spot at first, so I got confused. And got that straightened out. Gain of 7 yards for Banderob. Nice run for Damien, senior running back for the Lumberjacks. 2nd and 3 for St. Mary's. Still in the wedge. Everybody in tight. Holder under center for the Lumberjacks. Holder takes the snap. Hands it off. I believe it's Gibson. Gibson gets it up in the backfield. Kind of ran into one of his blockers and the Bulldog that was laying on the ground. And that's going to lose a couple for the Lumberjacks. Going to make it about 3rd and 5 now for St. Mary's. Biggest thing here for the Lumberjacks is to keep possession, run time off the clock. You want to score more, obviously, but time of possession here is key for the most part. At this point, you've got the lead. There's nothing. You don't need to try anything crazy here. You can actually even punt here on the plus side of the field just to pin the Bulldogs deep if you have to. Same formation for St. Mary's, 3rd and 5 in the wedge. And we're getting some twitching. It might have been St. Mary's, though. No, encroachment on the Bulldogs. So that penalty will give St. Mary's a free 5. Be really close to a first down. And it's going to be 3rd and 1. So now it changes your play call up a little bit, obviously. Yeah, even if you do get to that 4th down because you're 3rd and 1. St. Mary's possibly go for it this time. It's going to be the push up the middle for Holder. Holder squeaks out the far side and picks up a couple of extra. It will be a first down for the Lumberjacks after about a 3-yard pickup. 1st and 10 for St. Mary's. Ball up to the Bulldog. I can tell what they marked it at. It looks like about the 28-yard line. 1st and 10. 3:40 and counting in third. St. Mary's putting together a nice long drive here. See if they can cap it off with a score. St. Mary's taking a little bit of time in their huddle. Now they head up to the line of scrimmage. Holder goes up under centers. Lumberjacks still using their wedge. Holder takes the snap, hands it off to Banderob. Banderob going far side, met in the back, met close to the line of scrimmage. He's able to push forward, gets probably a yard or so. Some hard running by Damian Banderob. Picks up I'm going to call it 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 for St. Mary's. 3 minutes to go, third period. St. Mary's leads at 16-0 over the Bulldogs. Important Central Idaho League matchup here tonight for the Lumberjacks. Important game for the Bulldogs as well. St. Mary's into the wedge. Still, Holder under center. Takes the snap, hands it off. Some room in the outside edge by Hall. We're going to get a flag, maybe a hold or something there on St. Mary's. So that one might come back. That just seemed like it was in that possession area of a hold. Pretty good run by Kohler, but I think that one's coming back. It was a 10-yard holding penalty against St. Mary's. Might get a few yards out of it, just depends on where the hold was. Ball was on the 35. So second and about 17 for St. Mary's now after the penalty. Still everybody in tight. Wedge formation. Holder under center. Takes the snap. Ball is, nope, it's going to be a, oh no, it's picked off. It was intended for Tyler Renner, and picking it off, it just wasn't a clean throw, and it was going to be the number 24 of Harris with the interception. So the Lumberjacks turned the ball over deep on their side of the field. Second turnover on St. Mary's tonight. Bulldogs will have the ball, 2:15 to go, third quarter. The Bulldogs trail 16-0. Going to get a pass by the Bulldogs. They're going deep, and Logan Darnold ended up, it was a little bit of a comeback route. It was intended for Carter Munt, and he comes back to the ball. It was underthrown, makes the catch, and Logan Darnold got a little bit lost there. That takes the Bulldogs up to the 49 on the 26-yard pass and catch by the Bulldogs. I didn't put the tackle down there for him. Handoff up the middle this time, and the Lumberjacks meet him in the hole, and it's going to be a short loss. Ethan Kohler and Tristan Hill on the tackle. I think there's a short loss on that one. Brings up second and about 10. I think there was actually a short loss on that. I'm calling it second and 11. One receiver top of the formation. Clement under center for the Bulldogs. He's going to fake the handoff. Lumberjacks all over him, though. Tristan Hill with the sack. All the way back to the 40-yard line. Tristan Hill having a good night tonight for the Lumberjacks. Third and about 17 for the Bulldogs as the third quarter gets ready to come to an end. 50 seconds. Bulldogs do have to run a play. Lumberjack defense has been strong here after the first drive the Bulldogs put together. Bulldogs took it almost all the way down to score, and then they turned the ball over. St. Mary's has stiffened up ever since. 4 wide receiver set this time. Clement looks to throw. It's a little shovel pass. And again, Tristan Hill right there to take him down. Intended for the number. Another, I think, a loss. And it's 4th and long for the Bulldogs, and I think the time will probably run out here on the third quarter. So going into the fourth, nobody scores in the third. St. Mary's still leads 16-0 here in Grangeville. We'll be back with the, we're actually getting a punt. There's a penalty. Badgett almost fumbles it and is able to get it back and turns it upfield. Might get a late, or I think there might be a hit on the kicker. So we'll see what they. Our coaches are saying that they didn't give Badgett an open lane to catch it, and he got ran into. And our coaches are looking for the fair catch interference. Now the officials meet in the middle of the field here. I don't know. It depends on the penalty. At a high school level, I'm not sure if it's an automatic first down if it is a roughing the kicker. The ref's still talking about it down here. don't know if the talk from the coaches will get the penalty for Lumberjacks thrown or not. I thought they had let the clock run down. I wasn't even watching, so I didn't see what the hit was. I see what happens. It's going to be a penalty against St. Mary's for running into the kicker. It's only a 5-yard penalty, so the Bulldogs will re-kick it. Bulldogs will get a little bit of yardage, but they will re-kick. So Geckner gets that one away. Badgett picks it up at the 20, looking for room to run, swinging that ball out there, kind of crazy. But and now we're going to get a flag here as chippiness coming from the Bulldogs. Badger brings that ball up to the 30. Pretty sure we're going to have a penalty against the Bulldogs. There's another flag over on the other side, so I don't know. I think it's an personal foul against the Bulldogs. Add some yardage to that. And it'll be St. Mary's ball once we get this all sorted out. The Bulldogs getting a little chippy out there. Lumberjacks doing a fairly good job of keeping their cool. 11:47 to go in the contest. St. Mary's will have the ball. They switch ends of the field here. I think we're going to have a little bit of time, so we'll take a quick break.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture at St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and Lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Now we are back, and they do get some things straightened out here on the clock. As it is actually so that penalty on that punt, the roughing or running into the kicker, that ended up not allowing the third quarter to end. So then they had to repunt with a little bit of time on the clock after that penalty. Now we're just barely starting the fourth quarter. So it's the beginning of the fourth quarter. The St. Mary's will have the ball at their own 45-yard line after the personal foul penalty on the Bulldogs. Bulldogs have 2 personal foul penalties so far tonight already, as I think they're getting frustrated with the fact they're being beat 16-0 by the Lumberjacks, and they aren't being able to do much against St. Mary's defense at the moment. Lumberjacks are staying pretty cool and level-headed. St. Mary's up at the line of scrimmage. Everybody in tight, wedge formation. Holder under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Gibson. Gibson gets across the line of scrimmage, picks up about a yard. One-yard gain for Gibson. And at this point, I know the Lumberjacks, I know they'd like to score again, obviously, but it's all about ball control and taking time off the clock here at this point of the contest. 2nd and 9 for the Lumberjacks. Getting a few instructions from Coach Teft on the sideline. Now they head up to the line of scrimmage. Wedge formation still. Holder under center. Holder takes a snap, hands it off to Kohler. Kohler turns it upfield, picks up about 3 yards, maybe gets it about to the 49-yard line. I'm going to call it a pickup of 3. That brings up 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 for the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's still taking time in there. Hello, they got the official was in talking to him again. The head linesman, head ref was talking to St. Mary's real quick. Now he's getting the clock running. I think he's telling him to something like that. Get the line back to the line of scrimmage. St. Mary's ready to go. Holder under center in the wedge. Going to hand it off to Banderob, coming near side. Banderob keeps his feet as he's going to power forward, runs over a Bulldog defender, keeps his legs up and keeps him churning, uses his hand to keep him from going all the way down. And it's a first down for the Lumberjacks into Bulldog territory. Nice hard run by Damian Banderob. Onto the Bulldog side of the field, down to about the 42-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup. 1st and 10 for St. Mary's, up to the 43 of Grangeville. And once again, Lumberjacks keep an eye on the clock. They're taking their time in their huddle. They're burning some time off. Up to the line of scrimmage. St. Mary's in the wedge. Holder under center. Bulldogs having trouble stopping it for so far tonight. Going to be a pitch out to Kohler. Kohler, far side, bounces off a couple tacklers, reverses field, and picks up about 3, maybe 4 yards on the carry. And another late flag comes in. See who this one goes against. The way our fans are reacting, this one might go against St. Mary's. I'm not sure. Or maybe it'll be offsetting because there's a couple of flags out there. Bulldogs are getting frustrated here, for one. Lumberjacks need to show poise in these situations because Grangeville, I think, is getting chippy, but St. Mary's needs to, like the crowd is telling them right now, keep your heads in the game and play smart. Who was ejected? I think 74 for the Bulldogs got ejected.
Come on, Jack, get your head in the game.
No, that's against St. There must. St. Mary's hasn't had any unsportsmanlike, so it can't be a St. Mary's player that got ejected. That penalty went against St. Mary's, though. It was unsportsmanlike. So it's 2nd down and 19 yards for the Lumberjacks. I thought they said somebody got ejected, but I don't know if it was for St. Mary's or for Grangeville. Pass, it's a little bit deep back into the backfield. Badgett with the catch. He's had to go back for it, so Badgett's going to lose yardage on that one.
Number 4, Gabe Magretta. And number 6, Angel Kent.
Loses a few on that one. Brings up 3rd and long for the Lumberjacks. Third and long for St. Mary's. Should be 3rd down. Apparently they've got 4th down on the sticks, maybe? I'm not sure.
3rd and long for the Lumberjacks.
So now St. Mary's has to burn a timeout, I guess. Really, they should reset the play clock for them, but St. Mary's calls time. Getting some confusion out there. Things are kind of getting funky here, but Lumberjacks with the lead. There's some chippiness going on And again, I don't know if they said a Lumberjack player got ejected for an unsportsmanlike or not, but that was only the first for the Lumberjacks. Anyways, we'll be back.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benoit, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call at 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
Yeah, we were back, and I finally got it all figured out as far as these unsportsmanlike call. It was against St. Mary's, and it might have been against 84. And he had his first unsportsmanlike, and if he gets one more, he will be ejected. So nobody was ejected for anybody. Third and about 22 for the Lumberjacks. Third and long, wedge formation. Everybody in tight. Lumberjacks pitch it out to Wicks. Wicks looks to throw. Finds Tristan Hill, and Hill is to the 40. Still short of the first down, but a great play by the Lumberjacks. Trace Wicks on the connection with Hill.
4th and 10. 4th 11.
And they marked that way back there. So it's 4th and about 11 for St. Mary's. Lumberjacks going to punt. Good snap for the nice high punt for Vanderrob. Lumberjack roll all the way down to the about the 7-yard line. I think that was inside the 10. I have to wait and see here. So it's all the way down to the 8, a punt of 38 yards with no return. Pins the Bulldogs back deep. 7:45 to go in the game. Lumberjacks lead at 16-0. Instead, early on, all the chippiness had been on the Bulldogs side of things, and then something just happened in that last interaction where it apparently finally got under the skin of a Lumberjack, and he had enough of it, but got to keep calm, cool, and collected in these games. Bulldogs spread it out. They've got 4 wide receivers, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Clement in the pistol. Running back lined up behind him. Takes the snap. He's going to look to throw. He's pressured into the end zone. He's going to get the fumble. The fumble, I think, was caused by Vanderrod, and another flag comes in. So Damian Vanderrod, I believe, forcing the fumble. I'm not sure who recovered the ball. Might have been the Bulldogs. I'm not sure. Clement was a little bit slow to get up. It's intentional grounding from the end zone, so it's a safety on the Bulldogs. So the Lumberjacks get 2 points and the ball. .7:35 to go, and with that safety, gives the Lumberjacks an 18-0 lead over the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs will be doing basically a punt. As both teams now huddled up for a moment after that score. So I actually probably should take the fumble off of that stat because it wasn't a fumble. It was a pass. So this will be a punt basically for the Bulldogs. Geckner will do the drop kick or the punt. Nice deep punt. Badgett. Oh, Lumberjacks let it bounce. And I think it's going to be, we'll see who got on it. It looked like St. Mary's might have, but I'm not 100% sure now. As Badgett and Gibson watched it bounce, and the Bulldogs are going to get the recovery on it.
First down, Bulldogs.
So I don't know if Badgett and Gibson knew that it was a live ball 100% or not. In any case, the Lumberjacks, the Bulldogs will have the ball on Lumberjack 36. Let's call it not a fumble. .7:30 to go. And now we have a player that's a little slow to get moving. It's the number 6 for the Bulldogs, Carter Munt, and they're going to take an injury timeout for him. He looks like might be a kind of limping there off the field. So hopefully he'll be okay. Carter Munt, a sophomore for the Bulldogs. So 7.5 minutes to go. St. Mary's with an 18-0 lead over the Bulldogs. Grangeville comes out with a one receiver set to the near side. I formation behind Clement under center. He's going to take the snap, pitches it out. Lumberjacks there in the backfield in a hurry, and that's Trey Gibson with the tackle in the backfield. That was a 36 of Poxleitner. Next pitch snap is going to be a run, and again, not going anywhere as Tristan Hill gets there to make the tackle. Short gain there by Weckman. Next snap, run up the middle, and that goes nowhere. Lumberjack defense all over that run. Roan Ford, one of the last Lumberjacks to get off the pile. That was the 40 of Geckner with the carry. Brings up 4th down. Fourth and 10, according to the scoreboard. Ball at the 36 of St. Mary's. Bulldogs going for it. One receiver to the near side. Looks to throw, going over the top. Receiver gets free, makes the catch. As I think Tyler Renner was supposed to be in the... That's a late flag. I see nothing happening down there, so I don't know what the call is. Players down, not unless it might have been a horse collar or maybe a face mask on the tackle is the only thing I can think of. Not sure who the receiver was, but he is down on the ground. And we'll take a quick break as they tend to the wide receiver for the Bulldogs.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With 6 professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Six Plumbing and Heating, installation, service, and repair when you need it. Six Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community, whether it's helping raise money for the boost.
Now we're going to cut that off real quick. Bulldogs up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to run the reverse, and the Bulldogs are going to get their first score of the game. Tyler Renner looks like he's looking for a block in the back or something, not going to get the call. The reverse was to Clay Weckman, and the Bulldogs get their first score of the game late in the fourth. It's 5:23 to go, and the score is the Bulldogs 6, the Lumberjacks 18.
Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, "Go Lumberjack!"
And the Bulldogs going for two. Still leaves us a two-possession game. Bulldogs going to throw to the end zone, and it's incomplete. It was Sam Lindsley intended on that two-point attempt, and it was no good. So that was the 18-6. Lumberjacks lead. Bulldogs trail by 12. Still a two-possession game, and we'll take a quick break before the kickoff.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Now we are back waiting for the kickoff, and with only 5:23 to go, I would expect a onside here try probably by the Bulldogs. Something here tricky to catch the Lumberjacks off guard maybe, but the Lumberjacks are going to be expecting something like that here. I don't think Poxleitner is the kicker. Is he? Wait, see the number. It is number 40. Bulldogs showing like they're going to onside it here. Ball's got to go 10 yards. A little squibber up the middle. Right to and right down to his knees is Ethan Kohler. As that ball just gets across the 50. And St. Mary's will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 49-yard line. 5:20 to go. The Bulldogs have all 3 of their timeouts. St. Mary's with 2 timeouts. Lumberjacks, of course, not worried about their timeouts at the moment. St. Mary's up to the line of scrimmage in the wedge. Holder under center. Holder takes snap, hands it to Gibson. Gibson cuts the turns upfield, picks up about 4. Four-yard pickup for Gibson. Brings up 2nd, about 6. Once again, Lumberjacks will take their time here, I believe, as they're going to burn time off the clock here. They'll watch that back judge and see when he starts counting down for delay a game as they get down to like that last 10 seconds on the play clock. And they're watching over to Teff. Teff tells them go ahead and go to the line of scrimmage, and they set up now for their next play. 2nd and 6 for the Lumberjacks. Bulldog side of the field. Under center, Holder hands it to Kohler, and Kohler, I don't know if he found any room to run. Yeah, he got a couple yards there. Not a lot, but we'll call it another 2-yard pickup for Lumberjacks. Brings it up to 3rd and 4. I think the Bulldogs went ahead and burnt one of their timeouts. With 4:17 to go in the contest, we'll take a break as well.
It's time to winterize your home, and there's no better place to start than at everyone's hardware and lumber store, 10th Street Lumber. They have insulation, house wraps, stoves, and heaters. See their huge selection of power tools, paints, and painting supplies. And, of course, they have a full line of lumber supplies. Stop by 10th Street Lumber and see what they can do for you. And remember, 10th Street Lumber will deliver anywhere on 10th Street and Railroad Avenue, 10th Street Lumber.
And we are back. Don't forget, next week, Lumberjacks will be back home. They will be playing on Thursday night, though, in St. Mary's, and they'll be hosting the Priest River Spartans. I believe the JV team plays on Wednesday next week in Priest River, according to the schedule. So it's third and about 5, 3rd and 5 from the 45 of Grangeville. Under center's Holder in the wedge. Takes the snap, hands it off to Banderob, near side. Banderob finds a crease. He's off to the races, and he's going to take it all the way down into the end zone. There is a penalty flag, though. So we got to wait and see what the flag is. I think it might be against the Bulldogs, though, because there was a Lumberjack player that was down. Oh, wait, nope. They call a hold against St. Mary's. They're going to call Trey Gibson with a hold, and Gibson's trying to find out, when did I hold? So it's 3rd and 10 for St. Mary's. They do get some of the yardage on that run. The ball is back to the 50-yard line, though, after the penalty. Everybody in tight, wedge formation. Hand off to Banderob again, trying to find some room in the middle. And he's not going to quite get the success he did that time. Gets about 4. I'm going to call it a 3-yard pickup. Brings up 4th and 7, and we're going to get timeout taken by the Bulldogs. Brings up 4th down and 8 with 3:52 to go. Bulldogs take that timeout. St. Mary's leads at 18-6 over Grangeville. I could see Tef punting this one, but who knows? We'll see what happens. I think he's shipped out his players, so we'll see. We'll go ahead and take one more quick break.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
And we're back. Lumberjacks spread it out. Oh, it is going to be a punt by Lumberjacks. It's Banderob. Gets a decent punt away. It's a high one. And they're trying to, that one doesn't take a Lumberjack bounce, but being able to get on it is well forward, I believe, at about the 32-yard line. .342 to go, 4th quarter. St. Mary's leads it 18-6, so it's a 2-possession game still for the Bulldogs. They can't tie it or anything on this possession, even if they get into the end zone. So the clock heavily in the Lumberjack favor. The Bulldogs only have 1 timeout left. One receiver to the near side. Clement looks to throw. He's going over the middle. It's incomplete. Lumberjacks almost there to get a interception, but they can't do it. The defense puts a hit on the number 7 of Weckman. Brock Anderson was one of the Lumberjacks that put that hit on Weckman, and he was a little shaken up. They probably had the wind knocked out of him. Wicks was almost able to get the interception on the deflection. Oh, Jared Badgett has to come off the field. His helmet came off on the play, so you got to stay out for one play. One receiver near side, one to the top of the formation. Clement looks to throw. He's going deep into coverage. Incomplete, intended for the number 36 of Poxleitner. A little bit overthrown on that pass. 3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs. 3:33 to go. Bulldogs on their own 32-yard line. You're listening to the home of Lumberjack Sports, 1240 KOFE, St. Mary's. Bulldogs up the line of scrimmage. One receiver to the near side, one to the top of the formation. Clement in the shotgun, running back behind him, looks to throw. He's going to double pump it, pulls back, and it's going to go long, intended again for Poxleitner, and it's overthrown. Badgett takes a diving attempt to try to get the interception, can't quite get there, and that'll bring up 4th and long for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs in their huddle. Lumberjack defense ready to roll. Bulldogs bring 2 receivers to the near side, 2 receivers top of the formation. Clement in the pistol. Has Geckner lined up behind him. Takes the snap, looks to throw. He's going to go over the middle. Incomplete. And there's going to be a late flag. I think they're going to call 2 flags come in now. And they're a little bit of contact. Maybe they're going to call a pass interference on St. Mary's. So it'll be a pass interference against St. Mary's. Gives the Bulldogs a free first down. Had to have a player come over and tell some of the fans to cut it out because they were talking, chirping at the refs from the sideline, and we definitely don't need our fans chirping at the refs either. 1, 2 receivers near side, 2 to the top of the formation. Fresh set it down for the Bulldogs. They're going to try to throw it. Clement flushed out, gets to the edge. He's going to pick up yards before he runs out of bounds. Looks like he picks up about 5 on the scramble. We're going to call it only a 3-yard gain, it looks like. 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs. Two receivers to the near side for the Bulldogs, 2 to the top of the formation. Clement takes the snap. He bumbles it, and he's going to throw it out there into the flat. I don't know if that was complete. No, incomplete, intended to Geckner. Clement, lucky to get that one away, he had to kind of double clutch that ball as it came back to him, almost fumbled it, able to pull it in. Then he had to hurry his throw. 3:13 to go in the contest. St. Mary's lead at 18-6, 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs. 1 receiver to the near side, 1 to the top of the formation. Clement shotgun. Running back behind him, looks deep, ball is in the air, and Tyler Renner in coverage. He overruns that one a little bit. He ends up behind the receiver, and it's caught at the 30. I don't remember who made that catch. I think it might have been Weckman. So it gives the Bulldogs 1st and 10, 2:50 and counting. 1 receiver near side, 1 to the top of the formation. Going to be a Clement takes the snap, rolls out. His receiver almost falls down. Directing traffic goes deep. Brock Anderson all over him, and I think he forces that ball incomplete at the end. The Bulldogs thought he caught it, but that ball popped out right at the end as they're going to the ground. Incomplete. Good job by Brock Anderson on coverage. The receiver actually fell, leaving his stance as he tried to get out in his route, and then he was able to regain and get out there. Had, I think, the final timeout. Well, no timeout. Bulldogs getting that was a incomplete, stop the clock. 2nd and 10. Bulldogs in the huddle. Once again, it was great coverage and great job by Brock Anderson to keep fighting with him to get that ball out of his hands as you're going to the ground. Going to get that pass again, looking that way, and I think that was miscommunication, picked off by Jared Badgett. And a penalty flag. Badgett trying to get the return, still on his feet. Intercepted by St. Mary's. Whatever the penalty is will be after the flag, or after the play. Unless it's a pass interference, but there was no way because it was overthrown. It was miscommunication. The receiver ran the wrong route. Looks like they're backing St. Mary's up, so. Okay. So an illegal block in the back by the Lumberjacks. That brings that ball back. St. Mary's has the ball 1st and 10 on their own 4-yard line. 2:20 to go in the game. St. Mary's leads 18-6 over the Bulldogs. St. Mary's in the wedge. Everybody in tight, going to push it up the middle. Quarterback keeper for Holder. Still pushing, trying to get that to try to break it big. Holder breaks through. He's still on his feet, rumbling to the 30 and beyond before finally being brought down at about the 35. And our fans seeing some things I'm not catching, and they're looking for flags against the St. Mary's taking time now. They break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. Holder, under St. Mary's is doing right now, is trying to run the clock out. St. Mary's switches up their personnel. Trey Gibson brings the play into the huddle. Waiting for the signal, I think, from Teff to break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage as they go. Once again, everybody in the wedge. Might even be a knee at this point. Nope, they are going to hand it off. Near side, Vanderrob gets a couple of blocks and powers forward for about 7. Brings up 3rd down and short. And the clock probably run out at this time unless St. Mary's doesn't need to get one more play off. This win will improve the Lumberjacks to 1-1 in league play, 1-5 overall. 17 seconds on the clock. And it's going to be just a knee by Holder, and St. Mary's comes away with the win tonight here in Grangeville, 18-6 over the Bulldogs. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with our game wrap-up.
Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturdays. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational, selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Heidi Kruger, your St. Mary's Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Heidi Kruger is a proud sponsor of the Lumberjacks on KOFE. For all your investment needs, call 208-755-5294 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
St. Joe Potty Huts in St. Mary's is a proud Lumberjack supporter. St. Joe Potty Huts is a portable restroom rental RV pump service in Benoit County, also serving Shoshone and Kootenai counties. So for your next large gathering, wedding, family reunion, birthday party, or maybe you're having a remodel done and you need some extra facilities, call St. Joe Potty Huts at 245-4887. 245-4887. St. Joe Potty Hut says, go Lumberjacks! When your car's not running right, you want an honest mechanic that provides quality work at an affordable price. That can be tough, unless your dad owns a repair shop. But in St. Mary's, times have changed. You have Jim's Auto, and they treat every customer like family. Get everything from regular maintenance to major repairs done at Jim's Auto and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto doesn't just offer oil changes. They're a full-service shop. Jim's Auto can diagnose that check engine light, change your brakes, and fix your alignment. Ask about Jim's Auto's new Express Lane with same-day or next-day oil and tire services. And don't forget, Jim's Auto is an authorized Tire Pros dealer with nationwide warranty, service protection plan, and free roadside assistance. Jim's Auto and Tire Pros located at 69 Milwaukee Road, St. Mary's. Yeah, we are back. St. Mary's comes away with the 18-6 win over the Grangeville Bulldogs, and what a game it was. Lumberjacks put up 16 points in the second half, and then they ended up with I got to get that. I don't have the safety on there. 18-6, not 16-6. 18-6. Lumberjacks with the win, and the Bulldogs had their one touchdown late in the fourth. Didn't really matter too much there. Going down offensively or defensively, the Lumberjacks held the Bulldogs to just 142 yards. And I do want to actually make the note that this is just the second win for the Lumberjacks over the Bulldogs in the last 13, 14 years now. So they are 2-11 against the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs ran 42 total plays. They averaged just 3 yards per play, with 102 yards passing for the Bulldogs, 40 yards rushing. And let's see, going on down stats here, trying to see what we got. 10 first downs for Grangeville. The Bulldogs were 2 of 10 on third downs, 20%, 2 of 2 on fourth downs for 100%. For the Lumberjacks, they racked up 246 total yards of offense. 54 plays ran. They averaged just under 5 yards per play. 56 passing yards, 190 rushing yards for the Jacks. 6 penalties roughly for 60 yards. That number's always a little bit off. I don't get them all entered correctly. So St. Mary's had just 1 turnover. The Bulldogs had, I have 3 on there. Yeah, it's the interception late in the game. St. Mary's with 14 first downs, 7 of 16 on third downs for 44%. And the Lumberjacks perfect on fourth down conversions, 3 for 3. Individually, Cody Clement for the Bulldogs was 7 of 18 for 102 yards passing and 1 interception. Rushing, Clay Weckman led their team with 5 rushes, 33 yards, and a touchdown.
Cooper Poxleitner was right there close. He had 29 yards on 9 carries. Receiving, it was Carter Munt with 3 catches for 83 yards. Clay Weckman had 1 for 20 yards. Looking at the Lumberjacks offensively, Dylan Holder was 3 of 5 passing for 42 yards. Trace Wicks 1 for 1 for 14 yards. Trey Gibson led the team in rushing, 19 carries for 61 yards, 1 touchdown for Gibson. Damian Vanderrod had an 11-carry night with 57 yards. Dylan Holder, 8 carries for 57 yards. He averaged 7 yards per carry. Kohler had 7 attempts for 10 yards for Lumberjacks. Receiving, 1 reception for Trace Wicks for 33 yards, 1 reception for Tristan Hill for 14 yards, 1 for Tyler Renner for 12 yards, and Jared Badgett had 1 reception that took him backwards. He lost some yardage on 3 yards on that. Tristan Hill ended up leading the team in tackles unofficially, 6.5 tackles. He had 1 sack on the day, 2.5 tackles for loss. Trace Wicks with 3.5 tackles, 1 sack. Tyler Renner, 3 tackles. Roan Ford had 3 tackles and a sack. Trey Gibson with 2 tackles. Damian Vanderrob and Ethan Kohler each with 1.5 tackles. Jared Badgett with a tackle. Wesley Vanderrob with a tackle. Logan Darnold with a tackle. That was one thing the Lumberjack defensive line did good. There wasn't a lot of tackles being have to be made in the secondary on the run game, so St. Mary's did a good job in keeping everything in front of them. And that's about it for the stats. So once again, Lumberjacks get the league win tonight, 1-1 in league play, 18-6 over the Bulldogs. I think Bonner's Ferry beat Kellogg. I didn't get back to look on their thing in time to see the final score. I'll have to try to check that out. And I'm imagining that Orofino beat Priest River was leading 21-0 earlier in that game, and I'd imagine Priest River probably won, but we'll get you official updates as soon as we can on those. In any case, that is going to wrap things up here from Grangeville. Once again, Lumberjacks win it 18-6 over the Bulldogs. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here next Thursday for Lumberjack football when they host the Priest River Spartans.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjack!